Yes. For those who are live on Restream, TikTok, Instagram, and all social media platforms, welcome to today's Cynthia J Show. I'm your host, your psalmist, your inspirational healer, your birth and doula, and your herbalist, Cynthia J. I know, as you heard me say already, I hope you had an amazing week, really. And for those who did not, I send out my love to you, my adorations, uplifting, inspiring, loving on you. So continue to do the best what you can, because it's not easy going out here in a world where there's so much chaos and whatsoever. So I'm not going to stay on here too long with you guys today. At least give us about 30 minutes. But today's topic is on episode 33 on are the dangers now having a girl slash woman night out. Are there dangers to having a girls' night, woman slash night out? The reason why this topic was brought up was because I came across a video where this woman, and she works for a big corporation, for a law firm, very known law firm for those who know about Donald Trump and all those who work in the corporate industry. And she said she really never liked to go out, especially with the job marketing and with people and things like that. So this particular time, she decided to go out. And as she decided to go out this particular time, after being invited so many times, being with the company within the last 7 to 8 years, she said she noticed that when she was going out, how the women that were in the law firm with her or a friend of theirs, they would be at the bar, and how the guys will flock to the girls. And she mentioned one of the ladies that invited her, very young and beautiful receptionist. She was very kind. Everybody loved her. And to get to the point, she said she's at the bar. Two guys come up to her. Mind you, this receptionist is very skinny. And this receptionist lady never checked in on her. And she was at another table. And when you're going out with people, some people don't think about this. You should be really keeping an eye on one another when you're going out. Some people, especially women of my gender, for those I know I look young, as they say, but for my gender, you had to be careful who you hung out with. It didn't matter if it was from the workplace, if it's your friend circle, whoever it was. You always made sure that y'all keep an eye on each other. Again, welcome for those who just chiming in. Irene, all you guys, Miss Karen, what's that say? Pomegranate, all you guys for TikTok, and some who's on Instagram, and those who on Restream Live and other social platform mediums. Thank you again. Topic is on the dangers now with women having a girls' night out. And so anyway, back to the subject, she turned around, and as these two guys were both talking to her at the same time, she noticed how drunk she had gotten. And she was being very protective of this woman she went out with. And I don't blame her, because I know if I go out with you, I'm going to want to make sure that you're okay. And so with that being said, she turned around, and as she was checking on this girl and how the guys were coming in, and they was giving her this look like, you either in it with us or you're not. And the guy, the one guy that was trying to lure her away from the bar, she was like, no. Hey, get your hands off her. You come with me. Because she can see how drunk she had gotten. And then the girl was like, buzz off. You just mad and jealous or whatever. So then she talks about how she sees her walk out while they're with other girls there, or ladies, I should say, from the law firm. She sees her walk out with these guys, again, still being a protective, because she's like this. If it's me, I'm going to want somebody to make sure I'm okay. Don't let me just leave out with some guys if I am, profusively drunk. And I don't blame her. And so with that being said, she went on ahead and still try to prevent her from getting in this car, because she had heard from previous coworkers how some of these ladies were getting these vehicles, being within a women's or a girls group, and go missing, never found, nothing whatsoever. And so with that being said, the girl was still acting in a particular way and was telling her she was jealous. She just mad because she wasn't getting the attention or any of that, guys. So with that being said, the next following day, the girl actually is at work, showed up, and she spoke to the girl, and the girl was acting all like nonchalant, not nice, wasn't the same person who was working with her that she thought she switched up on her. To make a long story short with that goes to say, is it safe? And go ahead and share this. Share it with an auntie, a brother, a sister. It don't matter who it is. Even though this topic is on women, still share it. Because this is something that now we have to be careful on. Do you, as a young lady, if you're a teenage girl or a college young girl, or if you're a woman still in my age or older, doesn't matter where you're from, overseas, here in America, do you really check your circle? Do you check your circle in the workplace? Do you check your circle with the people you think that are your friends? Because, or you feel supposed to feel safe around? Think about that. Because now these days, there are a lot of people who are out here that you can't really feel comfortable with. You can't trust. They will leave you hanging. And then the ones you with, they so profusely drunk that they'll turn around and the next thing you know, telling you you're jealous, or they'll do some grimy stuff to put your life in danger right along with theirs. I know a lot of you guys heard about the young lady who went to, was it Mexico, if I'm not mistaken? Been a minute, been about what, 3-4 months now. And she thought she knew these individuals who were in her circle. They have eaten at her house, knew her parents, knew them for a pretty long time. And then they go on this trip together, go on a cruise, whatever you want to call it. Next thing you know, they're ganging up on her, beating on her, shooting a video about it. And she's dead. It's a sad story, but that goes to show you, whoever you with, is it safe? I mean, it's sad. It's very sad. It's very dangerous now. Normally you would maybe have a one person out that group that you wouldn't feel comfortable with, but then the rest of them, based off of the way their mannerism is, their behavior, the way they do things and so forth, would be a place where you can actually feel comfortable in. Yet again, it is a sad day now because you don't know who you can trust. I've had people invite me to parties from the workplace. They've been inviting me for years. The same people that turned around and talked bad about me and was downing on me, and only one person out the whole group that actually came forward and was like real with me up front. This was the person that they call weird, but she let me know everything up top. And I thank her for that till this day. And then she had another person that I didn't work on the shift with, but they let me know. So I've only been to 2 events of those who invited me. That's it. Because they were woman enough to come to me and let me know what the situation was. So I say to you guys, to my sisters, even to the men, you let your daughters know, your nieces know, because we are living in dangerous times with the kids. People are imitating what they see and putting on a front. And then, like I always tell my daughter, just because somebody say they're your friend doesn't mean they're really your friend. Just because somebody say they're your friend does not mean they're really your friend. You can know them for 2, 3, 20 years. You don't know the whole entire time what their agenda was with you, what they are benefiting off of you. You can be working at a workplace like I was, and this lady that I'm talking about who worked for a law firm, and get stuck in a situation where you got to protect yourself. And then it puts you in a situation where you don't desire for that person who is right there in the middle of 2 men or maybe more. And you don't want that on your conscience. I know I never did. Even me going when I was in college, there were other women who were with other girls who were with us. And some of them I knew how they were, how their lifestyle was. I didn't hang with them like that. But my friends, and again, I didn't know any better, but that is not for me to sit here and judge them. Yet again, I went on ahead and went out with them because I knew 3 of those people, 3 that I can actually confide in and trust. And from there, the others that were with them, they were so drunk when I tell you guys that I had to save them. Sometimes they would start to walk out to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden you see guys talking to them. and then they would gear them to the left. So I say to my brothers, the fathers out there, the uncles, protect your girls. Tell your girls, be careful. The same with the mothers, the same with your girlfriends. It don't matter what age you are. You should not be walking alone to the bathroom by yourself. This can be even for the young kids now today. Don't have them walk to the bathroom by themselves in any public place. Women, don't go nowhere by yourself because times is different. Times are very different. Maybe about 30, 40 years ago, you can go a place by yourself and relax outside without anybody knowing what you were doing. But now you step out there, you better be careful. Look what's going on cruise ships. I've come across articles and stories where there have been women who are on a cruise ship. They were hanging with their friends. They meet up with a guy. Next thing you know, they disappeared. Everybody searching on the whole cruise ship, can't find them. Man overboard. Man overboard. So again, there are so many dangerous things that you have to look out for. You have to really hold yourself accountable and look at this individual. Do I really trust myself with this individual? Do I really, find myself in a comfort place? Hey guys, welcome on Instagram. Thanks for chiming in, sis. Do I really see myself being able to rely on this person to have my back? Because again, as a woman, you have to be on guard 10 times more now than what you would have did about 30, 40 years ago. You notice I didn't say 20 because a lot of the craziness started happening 20 years ago. But you have to be careful and teach your daughters. That's why it's very important as women that we know how to carry ourselves in a well manner. Again, I'm not here to judge you, but I got to speak the truth. We have to carry ourselves in a manner where we have to be careful because what we do attracts the wrong type of attention. And even if you are a very well-mannered woman, you still got to be careful still too. So I'm not excluding the sisters out here who is like that too. And then you have to teach your daughters. Don't get into that mindset where you think you're too independent, where you just don't say, hey, I don't need that. I'm good. I got myself. I can fight for me. Be careful what you say, because I have known those by experience to be in some dangerous situations. And what they said out of their mouth came out to bite them in their butt. Came out to bite them in their butt. Welcome again for those on TikTok, and shout out to my sis. I see you. Welcome. Came to bite them in their butt. Big time. And now, once something happens to you as a woman, you feel a certain way. You don't feel like yourself no more. All that joy and that love you had in you is gone. And then you start to become either angry or timid, so scared. It's like you don't trust nobody and nothing. All because you let your guard down and your comfortability down in the wrong hands of certain individuals. Think about that. In the certain individuals. And this is something that we got to start paying attention to more now than ever before. That young lady in I think it was Mexico, who died in the hands of some people that she thought she can trust. These people ate at the table with them, ate at the table with them, with her and her family, guys. We had an incident here about a few months back in VA, in Virginia. For those who don't know, if you're on here and you're out of the country, in the United States of Virginia, where this young girl thought she can feel comfortable hanging out with her college friends. Guess what? She went missing. They found her in the freezer. That same incident happened about a couple years ago, a year ago? No, I think it was about a couple years ago. Same thing. That is why it's so important you be careful who your circle is. Be careful who you hang with. Because if you're not careful, you can end up either still alive but damaged, still alive and broken into pieces where you won't trust nobody, not even men. I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen to some women, and then they do the total opposite that doesn't make sense. Or be dead. Haven't you not noticed now that the teenagers, they're running away more now? They're supposed to be in school, the young girls in school. And my husband was telling me about this. This happened about 3 months back. This woman said her and her friend of hers was supposed to be at school, was missing for a whole month or so. Missing. Finally found them. We had another incident like that where they finally found some of them, and they were one girl was at the airport, had been sitting at the airport for almost a week or so. That's sad, because even the young kids who are teenagers and young girls put their trust in outsiders. Yeah, you got that right, sis. Yes, it's a big wow. Put their trust in outsiders. And I'm not saying that there are not good bystanders out there, but the percent of it is very low. Everyone is very low. It's so low that you don't know what to trust. And I'm going to tell you now, I just came across another article. Another young girl is dead. And a lot of this is happening down south too. And this is not to sound racist or nothing, but a lot of this is happening for those who are Hispanic. And this is why it's very important. You be careful, because there are a lot of rapists out here, pedophiles, those who need to be put on blast, but you're trying to not for some, because there are some innocent people who are locked up for something they didn't do, for registered sex offenders. But then it's kind of hard to say now, because it's like, who can we trust? Who can you trust? Like my husband told me today, he said, I need you to be more aware of your surroundings, baby. It's too much going on. He said that people that come in the neighborhood ain't even from here. They seem like we call them agents. I need you to make sure you and baby girl is safe on lockdown. And I'm glad he said that. And I said, you're right, hon. I am. I'm making sure that I'm always watching her back. I'm always making sure I tell her, baby girl, make sure you don't put your trust in people. I don't even care if they're at the public school. Don't. You just need to make sure that you are putting your trust in you, God in you, because only you can keep yourself covered. Blessings, sister prophetess on Restrained. Welcome, welcome, my beautiful sister. I'm so happy to see you on here, right along with all my other beautiful sisters out here. But yeah, so with that being said, be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful and know the character of those who you're with. As my spiritual father would always say, show me your friends, I show you your character. I had to learn to fall back a little bit on certain people, because it was just too much. You got that right. You have 5 adults, daughters, and me and my husband this day tell them this. Good. I'm glad you do, sister. I'm really glad you do tell your daughters. And I'm glad that, my brother is with you. And it's a reminder, because we need to be reminded daily on the safety of us. Be reminded daily on who is in your circle. I've had relatives. I got to be honest. I don't know if you guys had family members that almost put us in a situation that caused chaos. Had to let them know. Had to put them in check. That's not to put them on blast. They know I love them. But had to put them on check, because I saw the dangers of what it was about to put, not just myself, but the rest of those who were with me. And I'm like, this ain't cool. I don't know what you got up your sleeve, what agenda you have going on, but this right here, it's going to stop. Right now, it's going to stop. Because this right here You're not going to put me in a situation where I can't get out of. And if you see it, you tell these young women and you tell the women of today now, be careful. Don't be so anxious to be drawn to attention. Like my sister on here on stream said, she said, gotta keep your circle small, tight, because always Judas are lurking. Ooh, I love that. And she's right. There are a lot of people out here who are like a Judas lurking in your circle. Swear up and down, they got your back. Swear up and down, they have your back to the T. And the next thing you know, you either locked up in jail because they set you up in something you unaware of and don't nobody know where you at. Or again, endangering you and everyone else with you. And it will even cause you to be endangered with not just you alone, but with your family as well. Yep, you right about that, sister. Blessings to you, Cynthia. I tell you, what is worse is when it's your family. Very. It is very bad when it's your family. Very, very. And sometimes it's unexpected. It's really unexpected. So that's why it's so important from the time that your child can articulate and understand certain words you use to try to explain to them what they need to watch out for, why they need to do what we tell them as parents, as mothers, as sisters, because I'm not expecting you to always listen to me. And you're not expecting for me always to listen to you. And that goes for all of us beautiful women. But at least take what we say and put it back in the back of your head as a nugget. Because it's going to come a time where it's going to save you. It's going to come a time where it's going to save you. For those who just joining in on TikTok, Instagram, Live and Restream, welcome. We on today's topic. Are the dangers now of having a girls, are there dangers of now of having a girls' night out? Yes, it is. It is dangerous. Dangerous much more now than ever before. You should never allow your friend to walk to her vehicle by herself. I always make sure before, if I have company come over to my house, I always make sure. I don't care if you made me mad and I don't talk to you forever. At least I know when you make it to your vehicle, you drive off, you good. We ain't even got to talk no more. Especially when I know that there's something that is about you that my spirit just saying, nope. You know what, Cynthia? You gotta let this one go. I'm trying. You gotta let this one go. You have to. You have to fall back sometimes. Fall back and just pray that the Almighty will deal with that person. That they will find a great divine. That they will find not just their understanding, but overstanding and coming to an awakening moment or something. Maybe somebody bang them upside the head and then they get that light bulb moment. Something. However, I never let them just roll out without making sure. I don't. And neither should you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Especially with the vibes. You do have to really fall back when you get them vibes. And I love that. And as another sister said here too, she said that's true. It's bad when family, but what really makes us family. We use the word families too loosely. Come on. I love the way you said that. I just said that again the other day. What I'm saying is that the blood makes us related, but the love makes us family. And family doesn't hurt family. Blood related folks hurt people. Everyone is not your family. That goes with me saying again, you got to keep your circle small and tight. You do. You do. And as I always tell my daughter, I always let her know, everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not your friend. You've heard me say this time and time again. Everyone is not your friend. I don't care if you met them on social media. I don't care if you know them for years in person. I don't care if y'all grew up from childhood, because you probably still miss some things that they just like that to them. They not like that to me. Think again. Because eventually, at a certain point in their life, they might come into a moment where they start doing desperate things. People do stuff desperately. They do. You'd be very amazed. I've come across it. I've dealt with it. I've experienced it in my own circles. And the stuff that I encountered, it tore me apart. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. It broke me because I did not expect that. Loyalty, when I tell you, you would think that somebody is loyal or somebody you work with on the workplace. And this is another thing I had to tell a friend of mine who is like a sister now. I had to tell her, I said, when she was telling me some things about this coworker, be careful. You telling me this person doing all this? Be careful. And guess what? That wasn't even a girl. That was a man. But the ones that were there when she was at another location was women. Be careful. Because you do not know. I said, because what I'm gathering, my spirit is telling me this. And sure enough, bam, it happened. And I wasn't trying to be right, but I had to speak the truth. Let me read this right here on TikTok real quick, guys. One sister said, Sister Brown said, that's my fifth daughter. LOL. Everyone used to be her friend growing up. Yep. I keep telling them, my daughter, everyone ain't your friend. You got that right, prophetess. Prophetess said here, if they talk about you to me, well, they're talking about me to others. Yeah. Yes. A real person who will let you know that they're talking about you will tell you, I talked about you. But the question is, did you know if they talked about you for a good reason or a bad reason? Think about that. Was they talking about you for a good reason or a bad reason? Those are things that we don't think about. Like, honestly, we don't. And so I've told people I talk about you, but I'm always talking about you to uplift you, to encourage you. But I will hold you accountable when I see it. I don't play around with it because it's coming from a loving place. It's not coming from a place to down you. It's not coming from a place to degrade you. It's not coming from a place to gossip about you. It is coming from a place, and I'm doing it right there in front of you, for you to say, hey, get it together. True sister circles and nights out where when you would gather together, and if you see something that another sister ain't doing right, you let them know. Coming from a loving place. You didn't just let them just go out, oh, she gonna do it anyway. She don't need to hear me tell it. I have also experienced when I've seen some like that didn't stop the sister from doing or another woman from doing. And then later on say, oh, well, I told you that before, or I already knew that was going to happen. And then you turn around, but you didn't tell me. If you knew that was going to happen, why didn't you not warn me? Why did you not cover me? Because I wouldn't do that to you. It's almost like hanging with people and you see something on my face or a bug up my nose or something, and you let me walking around, you just staring me in my face, and you know daggone well I got that bug in my nose, and you ain't give me no kind of hint and be like this. Be like, sister. That's why I love being around my sisters who be like, sis, got something right there. Sister, you trying to get their attention because you're not trying to put it on bad, but trying to get them to come over here. Got something. Sister. It's been some times where I had to actually just say, didn't want to say it out loud. I'm like, sister, come on here, girl. I got an issue over here. I need you. I had to use a distraction. And just from that, save that person's life. Yeah, like you said. But then they talk about you behind your back. They do. I've come to a place now, I don't care if you talk about me behind my back, because as the saying goes, and it's so a true saying, it really is, guys. When I tell you, sisters and brothers out here, it is really a true saying when they say, if they talk about you behind your back, there must be something good about you. Let it be good about me. Let it be good, because I'm going to make sure if you talk about me, it's going to be something good. I'm going to leave an imprint for you. I'm not going to leave a half lie, half imprint for you. I'm going to leave a good imprint. Keep it 100 imprint. I love the prophet said, I'm telling you soon. I see it like, sis, come on now. We can't walk around looking half pretty and half crazy. Right. I'm not going to let you go out there and let you dive into the sharks. I'd rather know that I made sure you are covered. And from there on, if you're going to do what you do, it's not going to be on my time. That's other Sister Brown said, right. But like you said, a friend will pull your coat tail if something ain't right. When I tell you, when you are giving good criticism, even when you don't like it, even when it don't feel good, eventually in a appointed time, when you think back at that situation, you'll be like, I really did mess up on it. I really was acting foolish. What was I thinking? Because I can go back to that. Trust me, I'm far from perfect, guys. I have done a lot of mistakes. Some mistakes I ain't even aware that I did. I've even had a situation I mentioned in my previous podcast before about a week or two ago. I didn't know I did something. But then come to find out, it wasn't what I did. It was that person had been damaged by other individuals because of stuff from the past. How people take a certain word or take a certain situation that is meant for one way and flip it and taint it for some other way. So then now when people hear it, that's the first thing they think of what it means, and it's not. So, I'm always trying to make sure I'm giving a better understanding for those where I can not just come to their level, but still make sure that I stay on the level that the great divine within me, the God in me, keeps me on. Because if not, then I'm being a fake to myself, I'm being a fake to you, and I'm being a lie to myself and a lie to you. And we see that happen a lot. We see that happen a lot. And we have to hold each other accountable. So if you see people at your workplace doing it, keep them in check. Because like I said, I had the whole job against me. Everybody at my turf on the job back in the day against me. Because I turned around from the very first day I started. People didn't want to show up on time. And it was women. Oh, they coming in. They want, how you doing? Want to train me? We can hang out sometimes. We can do this. We can do that. And then you couldn't be on time to relieve me. For almost a whole year, this thing was repeatedly going on. And my manager knew it. My manager knew it. And yet, didn't do nothing hard enough about it. So this particular person wasn't my manager no more, but she was on call at another location. And I got tired of it. I had to pick up my daughter back then at the time. And just from that one situation, letting them know I was there by myself with a group of whole people. I didn't know what was said in that email. I don't know what was said. But what I do know is that whatever was said, everybody, but majority of the women, it was the majority of all the women were against me. Besides that one person that reminded me that everybody was talking even about her, calling her weird. And I never did that. I said, what's so weird about this person? I said, when people start talking like that, you just got to sit back and watch. I said, ain't nothing wrong with this girl. She just had her own way how she do stuff. And I love that about her. I loved it. And if it wasn't for her being 100 to this day, I salute her. If she's on here watching, you work with me for that company. And I thank you for being upfront with me. That's why I respect you as a sister, as a woman, because not only you saw it and you told them yourself, because you worked in this company for 10 years and you told them yourself that one day somebody going to come up in here and somebody going to say something, and I had to be that one. But when I left, tables and turned. See, I know some people on here, I'm trying not to go too biblical on you, but for those who are on the word of God, they said they will make your enemies be your footstool. The word also says, I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Who would ever known? Who would ever know? They want to know what you're doing, how you living, who you're hanging with, what's happening, did anything change? They want to know your whole life story. But going back to that sister who worked for that corporate firm office, she did say right after that receptionist, the one who was calling her names, talk about she was jealous or whatever. When she was in a tight situation, she tried to be nice and say, "Hey, girl." She said, "Hey, who? Who you? Hey, who? You talking to me?" Hey, Harmony Creation, I see you, sister, up there. Hey, you talking to me? And after listening to that, I'm so glad that I am the woman that I am today, because I had real sisters, real women in my life, and still learned from others' mistakes that made me the better person who I am today. Even though I am still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still making mistakes, knowingly and unknowingly. I can hold myself accountable to that. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold y'all guys. Just make sure that you're safe out here, my sisters. Make sure that you keep yourself covered. Be careful who your circle and your backbone is. If it's, friend circle, on the job, even in churches, even in synagogues, even in communities out here. Be careful, because again, you do not know who out here is here to set you up, who has an agenda over your life. Because there are so many people out here who are jealous, or who are saying you're jealous when you're not. And all you're doing is really wanting to be helpful. Sometimes we can be too helpful to the wrong people. Sometimes we can be too helpful to the wrong people. Again, I say, sometimes we can be too helpful to the wrong people. Welcome, B, Mike. Nice to meet you, love. So be safe out here. Be safe, my sisters, my brothers. Be safe out here. Make sure you let your daughters, your aunties, and women, even you don't know. And I say this again because just like my husband was telling me, when he is on the transportation and he see young ladies out here, hey, Linda, nice, thank you for chiming in, love. He always tell them, be careful. He try to see where their mindset at. He get up there and he carry conversation with them. Especially, he said there are a lot of young, beautiful girls out here. And I love that he's honest with me. Because at the end of the day, you got a daughter yourself. At the end of the day, you got a daughter yourself, and you have to be careful. You got to educate them. It don't matter. You be very amazed how many young girls out here who have single moms who don't stay on it enough or not on it at all. But I'm not here to judge them. But I will tell you this. They need to know more of what's happening out here. If you are a person who are riding in transportation, if you are a person who's, wherever you at, in the public restaurant, on a subway, riding a subway train, subway operator driver, whoever you may be, make sure that if you see a young girl out here who looks or moves or mannerisms show that they don't have the right tools, give them that tools. Give them the knowledge. Give it to them. Give them the knowledge. I don't even want to use the word educate because that word is being mistweeted too much. Give them the knowledge. Give it to them. Because you don't know who life you are going to save. And I thank my husband for it. Many young girls, he tell them, be careful with these guys out here. He had one girl who said some guy was chasing after her a few years back. He made sure she stayed on there. He made sure he watched until she got into her place. He did not move that bus. He was willing to sacrifice for a sister who was scared, who needed protection. When you have men like that around you, real men, which is hard to find. Real men. Not saying they're perfect. None of us perfect. But real people that will protect you, keep you covered, watch over you. Do that. That is a blessing. Because we need that. So I share with you guys. Make sure y'all follow me every Thursday as much as you can at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. GMT plus 1 time right here in the U.S. in the big VA, DMV area representing on your girl, your psalmist, your singer, your inspirational healer, your spiritual healer, and also your herbalist and Reiki healer, birth and doula. If y'all want to follow me, y'all definitely can hit me up on my TikTok, Restream, and Instagram platform. You're going to see my link in there. You're going to see many amazing things that I've been gifted by the great divine God and our ancestors. I thank them for it. I thank my brothers and sisters out here and those who are keep chiming in. This is not easy, but I definitely have to speak out there. Make sure you keep your kids lifted up in prayer. Make sure you cover them. Make sure you continue to give them knowledge to protect them. If they're in school, out of school, private school, public school, wherever they at, secondary schools, wherever you may be across the nation or the international, make sure and always remind them that they are a blessing. They're a blessing. They need us. We need each other. So again, thank you for chiming in. I love you guys. Thank you for the love. I salute you. I send out my prayers. Shalom, ma'atep. Assalamu alaikum to all you guys. Many blessings, peace, and love. Share this. Share this. Hit that like button, follow, and share. I'll see y'all next week. God willing, peace and love. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters on Restream. Don't forget to chime in. And before I block out of here, y'all stay tuned for the advertisements that are listed. If you're looking for a birthing doula, an inspirational healer, a herbalist, don't be ashamed. Chime on in. Stay tuned for some of these commercials.
story is for your glory. My story is for your